Hello. Okay, so I've been wanting to make this video for a little while, but I've been at Limelight Convention, which was great. It was awesome. And then I've just kind of been getting back into the swing of things. But I got off a little bit early from work today, so I decided I'm going to do this video right now. And I took off all my makeup. I'm starting from scratch, middle of the afternoon, so that I can make this for you. This video is for somebody that is very unsure about makeup, that feels like a total newbie, that would like to dabble with it and would like to try it, but just doesn't know what to do. So I'm going to show you simple makeup application using a few products that I feel like are super user friendly, and I'm going to teach you how to do it using, of course, my favorite Limelight products. So if you're nervous about makeup, then this video is for you. I washed all the makeup off my face, but I forgot to put on some moisturizer again. I can feel myself drying out. I'm using Must Do. So this would belong in the skincare portion of taking care of your skin. So if you want to learn about Must Do more, then you must watch one of my skincare videos. But okay, now I'm kind of up to where I should be. Okay, so if you live in really hot climate, or your skin is oily, or you have visible pores, you'll want to use the First Base Makeup Primer. This is really simple. It comes in a spray, and all you have to do is shake it up. So this is a pre-makeup primer. Spritz it on your face. It's super easy. There's some makeup primers out there that are a cream that you squeeze into your hand and then you have to rub all over your face. I like things that are as light as possible and that feel like you don't have very much on your face. And so I love the spray because it's so light. And I know my hair's a mess. My friend Jean told me to not mess with my hair so much on my videos, so I'm going to ignore my hair that's a mess today. But so start with the primer. And then I'm going to go straight into concealer. So I'm going to just get one concealer. If you're brand new, you don't have to get fancy. Pick a concealer that's in the range of your skin tone. Don't worry about getting it exactly right. The concealers are really forgiving. So pick one that looks, you know, like it's probably a good fit. And then because it's wax-based, you might try it the first time and feel like, this stuff is really firm, I don't like it. All you have to do, and that's what makes it so great because it's so high pigment, swirl your finger around in it, it'll warm up a little bit and you'll have plenty on your face. I probably have too much on my, look at that, that's a lot. I probably have too much. And go ahead and dab it where you want it. We're keeping it simple, so we're just using one color. I have pigment on my lip, which of course totally sucks. So I always lighten that up. And while we're using our concealer, we're also using it as an eyeshadow primer. There you go. Do you love that look? See how easy that was? You're ready for the town. Not really. Okay, so then you take your Blenderful sponge. I get it a little bit moist, but then I squeeze it all out. And I'm doing this motion. It's kind of a rolling motion, so you're kind of dabbing it and rolling it at the same time. And what that's doing is you're working it in without taking it off your skin. And I learned that at convention to use, do you see how that's brightening up the eye area? So you gotta look crazy for a minute. Don't be afraid of looking crazy for a minute. I have to get used to doing this publicly. Can you imagine? I'm making a video and I look crazy. But I wanna teach you guys. Makeup is really fun and it can be so easy. And once you learn the basic skills, you get more confidence and you start to experiment more. But you gotta get basic skills down. So I'm just rolling kind of that dab and roll effect with this sponge. This is the Blenderful sponge that Limelight carries. It is the best sponge I've ever used. And I've sold it to, or I've had a lot of friends pick it up for themselves. And they've all agreed that this sponge is way better than any that they've had. And the sponge is really the secret to incredible makeup application. You can use your fingers a ton, have a sponge, and you're good to go. But okay, so do you see how this is just blending in really beautifully? And it just brightens up, and it's covered up, you know, those veins I have are much less severe. I could add a little bit more. I could get as much coverage as I want. But you want the least amount of coverage that you can be happy with. Unless you love just a really like perfect face of makeup that, you know, where you look like you're wearing a ton of makeup. But I'm guessing if you're watching this video, it's because you're uncomfortable with makeup still. And so you like the natural look is what I'm guessing. And I like to have a little bit of a natural look. I don't cover every single little mark on my face. See, I have little marks. I don't worry about it. We're human. Why do we need to look like plastic dolls? It's just not my thing. And not to insult anybody that likes that. It's just not my thing. So I don't do that. And this video would not be appealing to the person who would like that. And so they can just get heavier coverage by just adding a little bit more. Okay, so that's the concealer. So I dabbed. Remember, I looked crazy. I did it around my eyes, on my lip, upper lip, and I just did that rolling motion. Now I'm going to use foundation. Okay, I have my little palette of the foundations I like to use. I love to have an assortment of colors. I'm always looking at the wrong, I think the camera's at that end, it's at this end. So I love to use an assortment, but you're starting out. You only need one. You always really only need one. So you need to do the quiz, which of course, ask me or your beauty guide, you know, whoever's helping you for the quiz so you can pinpoint the right one. I'm technically a Shinto 1. I've really been liking Shinto 2 lately. It's a little bit darker. I think I'll go with Shinto 1 today though. So again, wax-based foundation. It's natural wax. Warm it up in your fingers. This is what gives you the great coverage. It's this professional wax foundation. And let me tell you about this foundation. Do you see how I'm just dabbing it on? I'm not rubbing it in. This is not the application process, you know, like I'm not rubbing it in and then leaving it. I'm just blopping it on, if you want to call it blopping, so that I can use my sponge. So it's going to be a lot like the concealer. So I'm just getting it on my face. I might even be using more than I need to, but it's all right. This foundation is the #1 selling professional foundation for the last 50 years. And this awesome company, Limelight, is the company that is bringing it to the public for the first time. Up until, you know, the last a year and a half ago, you couldn't buy this foundation. It was for professional makeup artists only that were, you know, working with celebrity clients and, you know, all of those people in the entertainment industry, models, you know, just whatever, professional makeup artists. But now it's available to us and it's incredible. I had a friend come over yesterday so she could try the foundation for the first time. She's visiting from out of town. And she did this little technique like I'm doing right now. And she looked in the mirror and she said, sold. It looked so good and her skin looked so flawless and the application is so easy and it's fun. So again, I just dabbed some on with my fingers and I just used my sponge until it looks really nice. And really, I think it's done. It's kind of fun to do this. And this sponge is so soft, it feels good. So let me get close. It's a really nice finish. On camera, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm purposely leaving more of a natural look. I'm not getting every single little mark on my face because I like the look of my skin. I want it to feel, I want my finished face to appear as if I'm not I don't have a ton of makeup on, so I let it kind of have that natural look come through. But I still have, you know, much more flawless skin than I had before. Okay, so the next step is, so basically you need one foundation. So you wouldn't be looking for this big set on the Limelight website. You're just going to order a single foundation, which would have your choice in it, one concealer, and then you need this palette. This palette has 3. So this is called the Trio palette. And what you get to do, I'm just not gonna have a message on here, a text I need to answer. You'll get this palette in the Trio palette, and you actually get to choose what 3 items you want. So what I'm recommending for you is the bronzer. Add the bronzer, pick a blush, just pick one that you like. I think they're all very flexible. And then this one I have, I think it's number 6, it's the highlighter. It's the really peachy one. I like it because it's kind of a tan tone, and it has a tiny bit of shimmer, so it's a really nice highlighter. If you have really oily skin, maybe instead of this one, get the powder that looks white. It's going to look really white, but it's actually going to go on your skin clear. So get the bronzer, a blush, just choose any, and either the highlighter, or if you have really oily skin, get the powder. It's called a finishing powder, and it looks white. Add that, pick that one for that 3rd spot. So let me show you now how I'm going to use those 3. I have my brush. This is the pointed brush. I didn't wash my brushes. I was gonna wash them before I did another demonstration. So I hope I don't regret that. I'm going to go basically in this order. So I'm gonna go bronzer, blush, and then the highlighter. So I'm taking bronzer. It's end of day for me. My brain is not the brightest at this point. And you're gonna follow your hairline. You're gonna go around and you're going to give yourself that sun-kissed look. And don't worry about seeing a line, because at the end, you can buff that in. And buffing just means taking a brush and just softening that edge. And then you're going to do, you know, just kind of the, well, you can do the fish lips, but you know, you're gonna give yourself a little bit of jawbone right now. That's not right. Cheekbones, okay. You're carving your face a little bit. So if you want to do the fishy lips so you can kind of see the line, you totally can. And you're just working some of that bronzer in. Let me see. And then this other side. Oh, that should be good. And then I just take whatever's left on the brush and just take it down my neck. And that's it for the bronzer. I'm gonna call that good. We're doing a simple look, so call that good. And then the brush that shouldn't have really anything left on it, you can take it and then soften the edge so you don't have a harsh line. And then it just kind of looks like your tan. If you have a large forehead like I do, my forehead tortures me. Every time I take a photo and I have my hair pulled back, I notice my big forehead. Like, it's one of those things. But the cool thing about contouring is you can visually make it not as bad. I know it's no big deal. You know how we torture ourselves over things that nobody else cares about and we shouldn't care about. Now I'm gonna tap into the blush. This is super highly pigmented, so you don't wanna sit there and scrub it. And I'm just going to go kind of like right. So I did my contour line here. I'm gonna bring the blush just a little bit over that and just kind of overlap. And it's not a big deal. Don't worry about, you know, getting it perfect. I've seen different makeup artists demonstrate makeup. They all do it a little different. So what I've learned is there's no perfect right or wrong way to do it. If you find a way that you like, then do it. And just because I show you this way, if you have something different you prefer to do, cool. Okay, I'm wiping off the excess so I can buff that in a little bit. This is just going for natural. I hope in this light you can see that this is just kind of a natural look. So remember, before I had my makeup on, you can take the button back, you know, and kind of rewind back and see me completely barefaced, and then compare and see what's happening as I'm adding, you know, these colors in. So last of all, I'm gonna take the highlighter, just tap again. I tap just to get any excess, and I just kind of go over the top. This is that highlighter that just gives you the glow. I think of it as kind of just that healthy, rosy glow. And it may not show up on camera. You may not be able to tell, but it really does just give your skin a glow. Okay, so that's good. So this is the Trio palette, a concealer, and then adding in a foundation. And that's great makeup. Now I will go on and show you some eyes, and I'll add in mascara. It was so nice to get off work early today. It was so nice. I work on base and it gets so crazy in the summer. I was just cleaning my brush off a little bit. So since we're doing a really natural look, we want to do something that will feel foolproof and that you're not going to be nervous to use. And we're just going to do one color, because I'm assuming that this is for somebody that's really, really uncomfortable with makeup. So you're wanting to dabble and get started. So let's just do, we're gonna do this color. I really wish I knew the name of it, but I'll get the name, I apologize. I'm gonna label the back, I think, so I can always tell you. But this has kind of a little bit of a shimmer. And this will just brighten up your eye. It's not going to add a bunch of dark color. You don't have to do a whole lot with it. This will just kind of give you a nice, bright, healthy glow. And it may not show up on... I have this ring light here that gives me good lighting for videos. But sometimes it's a little bright. I don't know if you can see it. Sometimes it washes out a little bit of the color, but I think you can see that this is just kind of a blah concealer look, and then here it's a softer look. I hope you can see it. It looks really nice in person. You know what? I was gonna get my little blending brush, but I'm trying to keep it simple. So I'm just taking my brush and I'm wiping it off on a towel, and I'm going to blend it with the same brush. So what I'm doing is I like to do like little, how do I show you this? Like little, there we go, kind of little circular motions along the edge of where I did my eyeshadow, so it really kind of gives a nice soft edge. I don't know that this is how professionals do it. This is just what I have found works for me. It doesn't really matter what professionals do. If it works for you, it's legit. So, okay, I've softened those edges. So this is just, I would call it kind of a healthy glow eyeshadow. And there are other, you could go with a lighter brown. Just pick a light color that will give you a nice kind of soft, I say go for the glow if you're coming from being totally natural. Let's see, I'm going to do mascara. Let's see if I can find it on the fly. Okay, so I have my mascara. Do I have, okay. I'm gonna do my little thing I love to do. I turn on my blow dryer and I heat up my just ignore this. If you want to keep it simple, ignore this for a second. But this is how I love to curl my eyelashes. I heat it up kind of like a curling iron. Don't try that at home if it makes you nervous. But I'm a big fan of you gotta curl your eyelashes. It's the best way to get a bold look with just something really, really simple. And it's so feminine. So if you don't have one of these eyelash curlers, you gotta get one. And then if it scares you or it feels really weird to use, you just gotta keep using it. And pretty soon, it doesn't feel weird at all. It feels really like no big deal. But I remember the first time I used it, and it was terrifying to bring something up to your eye, and it's all weird looking and stuff, but it's one of those things, once you get it down, you pretty much can't live without it. Okay, so I'm going from the base. This is the Perfect Mascara. That's what it's called, of course, from Limelight. And it's a fiber mascara. So it has the fibers built right in. It's not a two-step. You can do a couple coats just like any fiber mascara. Can you see the difference from no mascara to mascara? And this is just one coat. I don't even think I need 2 coats. I'm looking to the side, hoping that that's giving you a good view. I really don't know. If you're comfortable with eyeliner, if that's something you already know how to do the eyeliner before the mascara. But if eyeliner makes you nervous, just curl your lashes and get the mascara on, because you can see what a difference. And then if you have a nice soft eyeshadow, even just that one color like what I did, it's just a really soft, natural, really pretty look. Do you see how that, if you rewind a little bit and see the difference jump, you can see how this is a natural look. I'm done. That's all I'm doing. So I have, you know, concealer on, I have foundation, and then I used my Trio palette to get the nice rosy glow to my skin. And then I picked one eye color that was really natural, and I put it on. I curled my eyelashes, and I put on a little Perfect mascara. So it's more than having just like 1 or 2 products, but if you want to have the natural look and be kind of transformed, then those are the products that you're going to want. And then of course you got to invest in the Blenderful, which I think makes all the difference in the world. And anybody that uses it will agree, like you get hooked on that. So that's it. I'm not going to worry about eyebrows. Like I'm leaving that. So yeah, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it helped. I hope that if you're nervous about makeup, that this will give you some confidence, and you can see how simple that was. You can get those products, and then you can watch this video again, like have it to the side, and you can basically follow along with me in real time and apply it, because it's that simple. And when you're not talking to a camera, it goes a lot faster. So I can see I'm at the 24-minute mark right now. It doesn't take 24 minutes when you're by yourself. The first time you do it, it might take 30 minutes because you're so nervous if you're new to makeup. But with practice and doing it a few times, your technique gets so fast and you can blow through it pretty quick, and you can be done, especially with a natural look like this, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 if you kind of relax while you do it. But it's that simple, and it's fun. Makeup is fun. Don't be afraid of it. If you're feeling like it's something you really kind of want to try, but you're just really uncomfortable with it or nervous, get exactly what I just showed you, and I feel like I can promise you that you're going to be happy with this, and you're going to enjoy, you know, kind of that natural, beautiful feel. If you have you know what, I'm gonna say this would be great for anybody. This is not a requirement, but especially if you live in really hot conditions or humid conditions, or you work long hours, this will help the makeup to stay on a lot longer and just really set it in place. It is called 10 Years Younger Makeup Finish, and it's up to 16 hours wear. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm usually doing videos after I've been wearing my makeup for 16 hours. Yeah, sometimes even longer. And I love this stuff. So you just take it again. It's just a spray, and you just spritz it on and you're done and you're ready to go. So, okay. I will talk to you later. I hope this was helpful. Bye. If you don't know, did I ever introduce myself? I'm Lily Gold. I'm with a lead beauty guide with Limelight by Alcone. And you can find all of this on lilysdreamskin.com. It's Lily, L-I-L-Y. See ya. Oh, I gotta know how to shut this off.